much yourself. How's it going? Long time no see, guys. Let me just adjust you a little bit. Just pretending to play my arcade machine there, because it's actually just on the track mode there. Anyway, how's it going, guys? Long time no see. I just thought I'd make a quick video because I've not made one in absolutely ages. And as the title suggests, I have actually started a new collection. Collection of sorts, let's say, but I'll get to that. So, how are you all doing? I'm doing good, thanks for asking. Just admiring my cup there, how's it going? Like that. You shoot 'em up cup. I actually got this, I was just thinking about this the other day. I got this for my Christmas, and that's 6 months ago already. It's the middle of June, it's unbelievable. But this is a monster of a cup. Look at it, it's perfect for my decaf skinny lattes with a hint of caramel and whipped cream. Of course it's not, it's just tea, yeah, a couple of jambos. So, the purpose of this video, just a quick update really, what I've been up to. Well, I'll show you, let's just see what I've been buying. I'll cut to my mother-in-law's garage. So here I am in the garage, and you might be able to hear it clicking behind me. I've bought myself a pinball machine. Look at that sexiness. So we'll cut back to the bedroom and then we could talk more about it. Well, and we're back in the room, and my tea's still warm. Ideal. Yeah, so as you can see, I have bought myself a pinball machine. Pinball machine, I know, the fucking size of the things. So how did this all come about? Well, it all started a year ago. My wife was heavily pregnant, we were saving money, and I was bored looking for something to play. I'd played all my games on my Xbox I played through all the PS4 games that I had. I was obviously still playing all my retro stuff and things like that, but I was looking for like a good game to play. So I went onto the online store and I came across this game, the Pinball Arcade, because it was free to download. Not this actual physical version, but the free version was free to download. And I've always enjoyed pinball games. In the past, I've had them for all the systems. One of my favourites was on the PlayStation. I think there was individual releases, the pinball fantasy tables. So I've always enjoyed virtual pinball, but I've never really gotten that much into it. But this game, because I've not seen pinball machines out in the wild for years and years and years, and pinball had kind of disappeared in the distance for me. It was something I maybe played as a child in the arcades, and once I started to play this game, I realised how deep and involved you become in the actual pinball experience. For me, it was always just a case of just banging the flippers, trying to get a wee score, and what's your uncle? That was 50 pence well spent. But it's not until you start looking into like all the rules, the game modes, the wizard modes, things like that, that you could literally play a pinball machine for years and years and years and not see everything it's got. So, as I say, I ended up buying this, and now I owned all the pinball tables in the arcade, Pinball Arcade. Spent a fortune. But yeah, I just absolutely loved it. And I think the reason I loved it so much was because, like the shooters, which I still love, again, I'm not cheating on the shooters, I still love the shooters, still my favourite thing to do, apart from shag the missus. Well, maybe, depends what game it is. But yeah, it's the shooters and pinball machines, they tend to have the same sort of appeal, because they're both games that you could play for 20 minutes and have a great time, or you could play for hours and not master. They both have beautiful artwork, they both have, as I say, that pick up and play factor, and also the communities are quite similar. Like the shmup community is quite strong. It's quite a small community, but it's quite strong, very vocal, and people have all these different loves for all these different games. And pinball communities like that as well. I've gotten involved in the pinball forums and things like that. So yeah, it's just great to hear everyone's opinion about good games, bad games. Luckily for me, I like the older games. I'm less bothered about the new games at the moment, but I'll get to that. So, I'm blathering on again. I'll get a quick sip of my tea, calm myself down. I've not made a video in absolute ages, so I'm running away with it here. Did I show you my cup? It's cool. So, let me put that in there actually. So, my pinball machine. So, I basically went on a hunt for actual pinball machines because the pinball arcade is great, but it's like masturbating. You can only do it so long before you need a hole to fill. So I went on the hunt for pinball machines. Unfortunately in Scotland there are few and far between. I mean, if you know anything about pinball, if you don't know anything about pinball, pinball's made a bit of a comeback in the last sort of 5-10 years. And it's as popular as it's ever been, maybe some might say. So the pinball machine locations are quite not common, but a lot of the pubs down in England and that I've got, there's a few big places like Electric Circus and that, and a lot of the I think Tilt's the other one that's got like big multiple tables in one location. In Scotland, not like that. A couple of the HMVs, I've got one in Glasgow, one in Livingston, but the closest one to me was actually in a caravan park, luckily just 10 minutes along the road from me. So I went along there. I'll put a wee picture in here hopefully of what it looks like. It was a Metallica Pro machine, which is a fairly new one. I think it's 2006, 2007, maybe even later than that actually. But yeah, in fact it will be much later than that. But anyway, I'm babbling. So yeah, so I played it. Oh, I must have sunk about £20 into it. I just had such a great time. My daughter, she was getting annoyed with me because we were there swimming and I was meant to be swimming. I was too busy playing the pinball machine. Luckily she had her armbands on, otherwise she probably would have been floated out to sea or that. So yeah, so I fell in love with playing the game. There's nothing quite like playing an actual pinball machine, because a lot of things like the arcades and that, it's great fun playing arcade machines and that, but the games can be replicated at home, and playing the pinball arcade on the PS4, playing real pinball in real life, you just can't emulate that. Even the virtual pins, they just don't feel the same. So, oh excuse me. So, I made up my mind a few months ago that I needed a pinball machine. So then came the daunting task of which one to buy. So I looked at loads and loads and loads. I didn't want an expensive one, like, because they have shot up drastically in price. So I didn't really want one that was going to be like 3-4 grand, and the off chance I got bored with it. Although you can sell them on pretty quickly. So I ended up looking at this one which you saw in the video, which I'll maybe just cut to again here. Boom! That was a Laser War. That was Data East, or Data East as some people like to say, but in Scotland it's Data East. That was Data East's very first pinball machine. It's a 1987 machine, so it's a fair bit old. It's only 3 years younger than me actually. Probably looking a bit better actually, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, so that was Data East's very first machine. Data East made quite a few machines, I think they made 10 in total, and then they were consumed into Sega's pinball division, and then Sega made another sort of 12 games, and then were consumed into Stern, which are the company that are making the majority of the pinball machines now. So yeah, so this one came up. It was a guy local to me, quite a funny story, I'll tell you quickly. A guy semi-local, about 60 miles away from me, was selling 3 machines. 2 expensive ones and this one, which was quite cheap. Well, not cheap, but cheaper. So he only needed to sell 2 out of the 3 to make space. So the first 2 were sold, he kept this one. So I contacted him and he says that John, nice guy John, if you're watching this, thanks very much for all your help, John. He said he wasn't interested in selling it until he found another machine. So then I'd seen a different machine from a guy up north who said he had 3 machines for sale, and then I contacted John, the original guy, to say this guy has this particular machine, I think it's right up your street. It was. He bought that one, so I was able to buy his one. So the reason I wanted a pinball machine like this is, one, it's a simpler game. It is a simpler game. Like I said earlier before about pinball machines, I've got like all the rules and game modes and that. This one doesn't have that as such, but it's not as basic as the late 80s games. A lot of the late 80s games were just score setting, whereas this is more, it has objectives. You basically have the 3 bases. You have a red base, a yellow base and a blue base, and the object of the game really is to get your pinball into the red base to lock it, or the yellow base to lock it, or the blue base to lock it. And in order to do that, you have to hit the corresponding targets that match the colour base. So once you hit all three of the coloured targets, you can then fire the pinball into the bases. The base locks the ball and you get a second ball. Then that ball then has to go into a different base, and once that ball is in the bases, then you get 3-ball multi-ball. And it's quite an early game for 3-ball multi-ball. There was plenty of other games that did it, but for a 1987 game, a 3-ball multi-ball was quite good. And then the object is to shoot the ion cannon, which is in the top left of this playfield. And if you get that, you get a fantastic light display. Like, the whole game lights up, plays wonderful music. It really is great for the time. It's a fantastic show. Unfortunately, I've never been able to do that yet. I've only had the game about a month. So I will link to a video in the description down below of TnT Amusements short video on the game. Todd Tuckey, he loves the game as well. He thinks it's one of Data East's best games. I have to agree with him. So yeah, it's well worth watching. I think it's only like 8 minutes or something like that. But yeah, definitely a fantastic game. I am very, very happy with it. I could not be more happy. My wife loves it as well. All my family love playing it. But unfortunately, it's a pinball machine, so it's not in this room, which is unfortunate. I will hopefully get it in at one point, but I'm kind of pushing my luck having an arcade machine and a pinball machine in a room. I'm in the process of moving house still, not sold my house yet, so I'm hopefully going to get a bit of a man shed going. If I can get a room, fingers crossed. But yeah, so there you go. I am now a pinball enthusiast. It truly has, it's consumed my life, pinball. The majority of the videos I watch are always been shmup videos, but there's not many people make shoot 'em up videos and pinball videos now. I don't know what it is. It's just fantastic. I just love it. I just love playing it. As I say, I've not had the machine long. It's hard to play it because it's along at my mother-in-law's, but I still managed to get. I've probably put about 10 hours into it. So yeah, I'm loving it. Loving the whole. I mean, they do break down quite a lot and things like that. They can become unreliable if you don't look after them. So the whole keeper on top.
So yeah, so I'm still around. I've still been watching your video. What's been happening much in the kids? Not really. I've not really paid much attention, to be honest. I tend to just watch the same people I've always watched. Many people know who they are. So it's good to see.
Retro Dave's arcade. I've really been enjoying that. There needs to be more people making arcade videos. I'm always at King Arthur to start making videos, but he's not up for it. There's my update, guys. I fucking spewed that out at 1,000 miles an hour. I was in that much of a fucking rush trying to make that video. I forgot to tell you my fucking future plans. What a fucking nugget. The title of the fucking video was Pinball, my future collection, and I only showed you one fucking pinball machine. Anyway, so future plans for collecting pinball machines. Once I get settled into a new house and things like that, I plan to have 3 machines if my wife will let me. So the reason I wanted that Laser War was because I wanted to keep my first machine. Ideally, I wanted a nice simple game that you could just fire on and play for 20 minutes and then be satisfied. So that was the plan. And then my second machine was going to be a more sort of detailed machine. The one particular game I actually really want is the last Indiana Jones game, not the Williams one, the Stern game. I played that at the guy John's house that I picked the machine up from, and I loved it. A lot of people don't like it, so it is quite cheap. So, but there's a lot to do in it, and I thought it was a great game. So I plan to get that, but that's about $2.5 grand. So that's the future, and then further down the line, I would quite like a new machine. I quite like the Metallica that I played on at Kinghorn, and I also would quite like an AC/DC, but they're like 6, 7, 8 grand. That's a hell of a lot of money for a fucking pinball machine. But hopefully in a few years' time, maybe 5 years' time, it probably came down in price. Maybe get one for about 4 grand. Who knows? Fingers crossed. So yeah, so I gotta stay in my fucking hair. So yeah, that's the plan in the future. I would quite like 3 machines, my candy cab. I still would like another candy cab. I actually almost bought one a few weeks ago, but I'm glad I never, because I've got no place to put it in it. It would just be a fucking disaster. So I'd like a vertical setup candy cab, a horizontal set candy cab, 3 pinball machines, and a driving simulator. And that's my plans for my future arcade. When's it going to be built? Who knows? Will it be built one day? Who knows? Just have to wait and see. Anyway guys, sorry about this fucking pish video, but I'm out of practice and time is precious when I've got a 10-month-old girl screaming at the top of the stairs waiting for me. So take it easy guys, and I'll see you later.